So I'm talking about my goals as an artist, and about whether you actually need to have art goals even. Like, is it a necessary part of your art practice? I sounded so wanky saying that, didn't I? Oh yeah. Welcome to Sketching the World with me, Kat, an artist and writer from Australia. But my goal is to sketch the world. Let's talk about goals. Do you need goals as an artist? I mean, I would say no. Basically, this is the first year I've ever set myself any kind of art goals. Think that if you're an artist and you're just doing it as a hobby, you don't want to make money from your art, you don't want to become a professional artist, then not having goals is fine. It's more than fine. Like, live it up. Just do what you want, because a hobby's there to bring you joy, and if it's bringing you joy, then you're meeting all your goals. If it's not bringing you joy, then maybe sort of take a step back and analyse why. So the reason why I'm setting goals this year is just because there are things I want to achieve, things I want to improve on. Basically, there's a place where I want to get my art to by the end of this year. And of course, goals are the best way to get there. So I'm going to go and get my book, my Royal Talons sketchbook, Art Creation, that I have also been using as a just place to write my ideas down about my goals for next year. So let's get started. I've got a few high-end goals, the overarching goals that I want to work on. So basically this is where I'm heading towards. The first one is to improve my technical skills, especially with watercolours. I find watercolours, like other materials, are fine for just working your own way. Like, you can grab some crayons, everyone knows how to use crayons, and you can experiment, you can play around with them, and that's all fine. But with watercolour, there's a lot more planning and forethought that needs to go into the process. And I think your technical skills, like every brush stroke has to count, that kind of thing. The technical skills are important. So yeah, that's something that's up there. Also with technical skills, I want to get better at digital art using Procreate, and I really want to learn using Procreate Dreams. It's something that I'm very interested in, but I think I need to actually sit down and do some learning, not just rely on experimenting. So the next thing I want to work on is with my artwork. I was sort of sitting down while I was writing my goals and thinking about what is the one thing I wish I was better at with my artwork. And yeah, looking at that, the one thing I really want to improve is composition and planning. Quite often, especially when I'm sketching on location, just get into it fast. It's kind of like I have that stress that, oh, someone's going to make me move, someone's going to tell me I can't sit here and sketch, or maybe the weather's going to change, something's going to happen, and no more sketching. So yeah, I want to get better at actually working out. I mean, the result of being in such a rush to sketch is that I'll cut the top off a building when I'm sketching it, or not include things that I want to include, or have a picture that an end sketch that just doesn't do what I want it to do. So I think spending a bit of time and doing some exercises and work around planning and composition is something that I really want to do this year. And the other thing is just to, this kind of ties in with the first one a lot, consolidating my skills with my existing materials. So working more with the materials I've got and working to improve my techniques with that. And yeah, just even things like mixing materials, trying different ways of using them, and just having fun experimenting. So now, what do I want to do to achieve these goals? This is the nitty-gritty stuff. So first of all, I like doing challenges on Instagram. I think that's a fun way to just work and build community, as they say, to work with other people, or not work with other people, but have other people working along doing the same thing you're doing. So I've done challenges sort of on and off, but I haven't really got that involved, that intense with them. But this year I'm thinking about just picking 2 or 3 major challenges for the year and going with them. Like, when I say challenges, I don't mean just like when someone puts up a picture and it's like, you know, sketch this in your style type challenges. I'm talking more about the month-long, usually month-long, like Inktober or Folktale Week, which is a week, not a month, obviously. But I do think people spend a long time doing their work and just post it in that week. The one I'm looking at the moment, the one I'm working on at the moment is Bird Fest. So that's different birds every day for the month, and that's fun. It's really fun. The other thing for like just over the period of the year, I'd like to get into making some zines. I've actually applied for a table at a zine fair in February, so I'm going to start working on zines pretty soon. And I think that's a good way to sort of make art and share art, maybe get a bit of money back of what you put into it. I mean, it's not like you're going to ever make a fortune with zines, but yeah, get a bit of return. And again, getting to meet people, trade zines, get into that whole zine world. I think that's a really fun place, somewhere I can see myself going, rather than sort of trying to sell on an Etsy store or any of that type of thing. So yeah, now to my monthly goals. I really want to do one. This is really scary for me because I hate leaving the house, but I am thinking about doing one in real life, in-person event per month. Like whether that's going to a workshop, an in-person workshop, which I think is actually a better thing to do. Like, it's, if you're like me and you hate people, going out to a in-person workshop's pretty scary and pretty like, I don't want to do it. But having that one-on-one contact is a lot better if you want to learn art skills. Like, you know, you're getting instant feedback, you're putting paint on the page, and you put someone there to say, oh, that mix is too light, or it's too heavy, or, you know, you're holding your brush wrong. Whereas if you're doing an online workshop, you don't get that. You don't get that same level of feedback. So yeah, doing an in real life thing. And I mean, things like that are also, like I said, I'm applied for the table at the zine fair, so that I put that under this umbrella of in real life event. Even going to exhibitions. Oh, I'd really like to get my work into some kind of exhibition this year. I should put that down on my list. Next up, I started doing this last year, which was the limited palette, the monthly palette, and just having a few colours for the month. I really enjoyed doing that, and I really liked having the end result, which was the very cohesive sketchbook that looked good. That sounds like I'm talking up my own work, but I mean, just having the limited colours in the sketchbook, it really makes it look like not just individual sketches on different pages of your sketchbook, but like it draws it all together. And it also simplifies the sketching process, I think, if you're just having limited colours. And I kind of want to play with some different palettes this year, so every month I'm going to have a palette of the month. And then the next thing I want to do monthly is to think of some exercises to improve those skills. I was talking about the technical skills and the planning and composition skills. So whether that's, yeah, just finding some exercise online or finding something that feeds into that and using that to inform my work. I don't know if I use that properly, but that's what they always use on art shows on TV. Inform your work. But yeah, so thinking up or finding a different exercise to do every month to get those skills happening. And then just on a weekly basis, I want to keep making weekly videos for YouTube. I really enjoy making videos. They're fun, and awesome fun for me. I hope they're awesome fun for you too. So that's something I'll be doing on a weekly basis. And of course, sketching. I've seen people who have sketching goals like, oh, my goal for the year is to fill a sketchbook or fill 5 sketchbooks or whatever. I sort of don't see the point of that for me. I mean, for some people that might be a really worthwhile goal, but for me, I'm always scribbling in my sketchbook, always drawing. So yeah, maybe my goal should be to use less sketchbooks, save some money. maybe. No, I'm not doing that really. What I'm going to do is just sketch when I feel like it. That is my goal, to do it when I feel like it. And as I said at the beginning of the video, you've got to find joy in these things, or what's the point of doing it? So if I'm not enjoying it, then I'll take a break. If I am enjoying it, I'll keep doing it. By the way, if you're enjoying today's video, make sure you hit the like button, thumbs up, and if you're enjoying my content and you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. And oh, I almost forgot a very important aspect of my goals for this year. So yeah, the important thing that I forgot to mention is my travel plans. I mean, this is sketching the world, not just sketching at home, which I'm mainly doing at the moment because I can't leave the, I'm going to say, I can leave the house. I keep saying I can't leave the house. I can, but I'm on crutches and I've got the boot. I can't drive, can't walk very well. I find the boot really hard to walk in, so leaving the house is difficult for me. It's not impossible. But still, I want to get out and sketch the world some more. So my travel plans for 2024, I booked an impulsive flight in the Boxing Day sales. I think Boxing Day sales are Australian and maybe UK thing, where the day after Christmas everything is just super cheap, or not really that cheap nowadays. But yeah, Boxing Day sales are great, and so I booked a flight and I'm going to Perth. I wanted to go to Perth anyway, that was kind of on my list of places I want to go to. So yeah, when I saw the flights for cheap, jumped on them and got them booked. And I've also booked a hotel, and my goal is to go to Rottnest Island and see the quokkas, maybe sketch some quokkas, hang out with the quokkas. I just want to be with quokkas. That's my main thing I want to do in Perth. Quokkas, they're so cute. I will put some footage in if I can find some that's copyright free of quokkas, because if you have not seen a quokka, you will fall in love with them. Guaranteed. Quokkas, they are the cutest animal in the world. Cutest. They're so cute. Quokkas. So yeah, and my other plan, which I have not done anything to initiate as yet, but I will be keeping my eye out for cheap airfares, is I want to go back to Japan. I know I've been to Japan like so many times. I don't even have a count of how many times I've been, and it's been over the course of 3 sketchbooks. They're not called sketchbooks. 3 passports. I'm holding my water bottle lid so I can't actually go. 3 passports that I just called sketchbooks. Lol. Yeah, so I would say dozens and dozens. I, for a long time, was going at least 3 times a year, 2 or 3 times a year. I lived there for a year. I've spent a lot of time in Japan. But one of the places that I have not crossed off my list yet is Okinawa. So I want to go there. I've been watching a lot of Japanese travel videos where people travel on ferries. Not ferries. Ferries. And yeah, I'm kind of really taken with the idea of maybe doing there's one that goes from Kobe to Beppu in Kyushu, and that goes through the Seto Inland Sea, so I can think that would be an amazing trip. And then from there going down to Kagoshima, and from Kagoshima there's a ferry that goes stops off at a few of the islands in Okinawa. So that is my plan at the moment. Hopefully it'll all come together and I'll be doing lots of sketching from fairies and Okinawa and other cool places in Japan that aren't just Tokyo. So thanks for watching. I'd really love if you told me what your goals are in the comments. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. It's time to set some goals. Goals are good. Sometimes they're good. Like when you're in a work situation and they're making you do that sort of stupid goal setting exercise and you're like, my goal is actually to get another job somewhere else